Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes and coming to you from the Partners One studio right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yeah. We've got it going on.
That's right.
And I think that the guys we've got with us, David Losavio and Jacob Zumo. Yes, thank you for coming back for this last segment. And did you practice the dance moves between? Yeah, it's gonna be.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's a little rusty, but it's almost there.
All right, we'll work on that before the next one because we could go viral, on TikTok if we get these little things. We could do that fancy maybe like fancy like your artwork kind of.
You got the right idea.
Yeah. Do I got the right idea? Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, we talked about your work is at Cards and Culture, but it's at other places, and y'all been doing art for a long time, and you're related. So let's talk a little bit about that. Whichever one of y'all want to jump in there and talk about, is there an art gene that runs in the family? I mean, is there such a thing?
There is. A little bit. Actually, our grandfather was an artist. I think it was like 3 months of his life that he kind of picked up painting, and he was just super talented. I've got a brother-in-law who's an artist. Obviously, Dave, his younger sister's an artist too. So it's in the bloodline there. So
yeah, I think it all comes from our grandpa Speedy a little bit. I didn't know it was only 3 months because he made so much stuff that there's just a lot of amazing artwork. I think he kind of did it as like a therapy for stuff he was going through.
Right.
But we wouldn't have known it. It's just so much beautiful art that he made.
Right.
That's crazy. And do you have some of his artwork?
Yes.
Around now?
It's stuff that I didn't even know because he never showed it off. He just kind of did it and kept it in the back of the house.
Yeah, he did a little photography, a little oil painting, and it was all top tier. So I think that was in our blood. We didn't even know it. So.
Well, that's cool. Y'all definitely have it in your bloodstream. And so let's talk about your different styles, though, because there's all kinds of art, and y'all definitely each have a little bit of a different style. So, Jacob, you go first.
Yeah, so I think the style that David has, really excelled in, I kind of teetered in at first, and then he took it to a new level. And you can see the vibrant colors in his pieces. He does shapes, and I call them the DLo shapes now.
The DLo shapes, because that's how you go for your website is Art
by DLo.
artbydlo.com. So, and then your style, you've kind of morphed a little bit over time, and
your training was fascinating. Going to Italy for a year and connecting. When you came on the show before, you talked about the spiritual connection along with the artistic connection.
Yeah, and I think right before I went out there, me and David connected, and we were David was becoming more full time with it. And then my time out there was kind of like a come to realization, and you don't know home until you leave home.
Right.
And so this is kind of a time where me and Dave are kind of have had time apart to think about things and how we can come back together and collaborate a little more. And with the new gallery opening, hopefully we can do more consistent stuff together. So
yeah. So talk about the start of your art and how you kind of went with a particular style that defines you.
Well, yeah, you were kind of hitting on it earlier, and just you can definitely see how almost all of my style has been inspired by Jacob. And like he was saying, he kind of pushed me to do the colorful stuff, and he's the one who coined the term DLo shapes. And we kind of jokingly say that, but he was like, "Yeah, you should do that and kind of make that your thing." And it's just part of kind of branding yourself as an artist to make your work recognizable. And it's something that I've always loved, just the colorful expressionism, I guess you would call it. Just it's really bold, really in your face pop art, really colorful.
Yeah. It does have a pop art feel, and it's not just light and dark and shadows. You use more of the light and dark and shadows.
Right.
And your flesh tones are incredible.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And then with yours, it just brings out such a vibrant contrast with his piece.
It's definitely pop art, and Jacob will tell you he was inspired by Warhol early on in his career.
Yeah.
You can see how that has been passed down to me directly from
so
Jacob.
maybe we can
Pop
show
art.
some
Can
of
we
the
pan
pictures.
down and look at some of the art that we have in front of the desk here and let you guys talk about it?
So this piece is Michael Jordan, and it looks like a blown up basketball card.
Right. Yeah. And so, tell them about that. I think that's one of the.
Yeah, that was commissioned by Anthony at Cards and Culture.
Yes.
And that was one of the first pieces I did for him. And
That's
somebody loved it
incredible.
and immediately bought it. And that's kind of what Anthony was saying
So
about
did y'all
how
have
we
to
took off from
reproduce
there.
to sell it again? Did you have to reproduce it, or did you?
That's a print right here. So we sell prints of it. But yeah, I'm excited to make more custom card art for him, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then do we have is there other pictures that we can show?
Well, you know what? I've got some. If we can't pan any further down there, but if we can, that would be great. Oh yeah, look, who doesn't
Little
know
Frank
Frank Sinatra?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and this
Talk
is,
about
great.
Frank.
This is a little older piece of mine that I kind of came over and did some additions to it. This was part of the Floodline series. So as we talked about last time, it flooded about a foot up on it. And so at the bottom, you can't really see it. About a foot up, I resined down where the water sat on the painting and labeled them all Floodline. And I think there's about 5 or 6 in the painting.
I love the floodline ones, and you know, so if you look at this right here, I don't know that you can zoom in on it, but this is one of your early works.
Yes, this was what, 2013 at one of your events.
Yeah,
With
isn't that
Jared.
crazy? Painted live. We're going to talk about how they paint live, and is that difficult or not?
Yeah, so I think one of the things at first when I started painting live, I think the first live painting I did, it was one of those things where I think I practiced the painting before I painted live. I don't know if I've told you this like 3 times. My very first live
To see how
painting.
fast you could get.
See how fast, and if I could even do it. In the
Oh,
time,
and
in the
look,
time
let's
period.
look at this other
Lauren
painting.
Daigle.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
beautiful.
this is kind of
That
a
is
style
beautiful.
in Italy that I haven't finished it. Obviously, you can see the yellow back.
You know, I
tone,
bet
but-
she would want that for her new home.
Yeah, and
her new
I've
home in
actually
New
done
Orleans.
a painting for her of her grandfather. So we have a few things in works that we might be doing together. So we'll see.
That'd be a great album cover right there.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
that
think
would be
so.
amazing. Ideas in the head. But yeah, so those are a lot intricate in details. But to me, when you even do the live painting, they look like intricate in detail, like somebody was going, really, you painted that in like an hour? Don't
Yeah,
people
the live
say that?
painting, I feel like it's taught me to like be able to let go of pieces, and Dave can tell you too because he live paints. It's kind of like, all right, you have an hour, you have 2 hours, and kind of you paint and let the piece go. So it's kind of helped in that manner of like detaching from art in a
Yeah.
little quicker time period.
And David, you've done some, these are some prints that my son had showing the shapes. If you like zoom in on that here, we got those DLo shapes
that
going
iced
here.
tea?
Yeah.
And then how about this one? The bright colors.
Who is this?
That's Wiz Khalifa.
Wow.
Yeah. So those
That's
are
incredible.
in need to
Both
be
of those were
framed with
commissions for
his
somebody in
new-
California. Yeah, super colorful.
Yeah.
Kind of give you the whole concept.
Yeah, and you also did a Mike Tyson that's like at
Yeah.
his
Cody
house.
has that one.
Yeah, Cody has that one. So
Nice.
yeah,
Appreciate
but
that.
I'm sure your art is hanging in a lot of folks' houses.
And it
so,
could hang
Yeah.
in more if they go to Cards and Culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
or
Right.
to your website. So each of y'all,
Yep.
before we're done here, give your website. David Losavio.
Artbydlo.com. And then
And
Jacob Zumo.
JZumo.com.
How easy is that? Plus, we're going to have it on our website. And if you're going to rock it,
Make sure you rock it right.
Woo!
Thank you.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little, Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.